who have showcased their excellence in inter-college competitions, national integration camp, and emerged victorious. Their dedication and hard work truly deserves applause. National Integration Camp, performed by National Integration Camp, performed by Samriddhi, Astha, and Chris at Kolhapur, Maharashtra. And another National Integration Camp, performed by Himanshu and Khushi at Hisar, Haryana. Anugunj Prelims 2025. Jhansi for Jam, position first. Give a big hand of applause, please. 2025. Ashish Kumar Singh, Spars Agnihotri, Priyam Sharma, Muskan, Maya Saxena, and Ashwini Kumar for Footloose Dance, position third. Then Hansi and Latika for Poshak, position first. Gayatri Raj for Slogan Writing, position third. And for Rangoli, position first. Priyanka Priya for storytelling, position first. And for improv to speak, position second. Then is Anshit for face painting, position third. In Nirvan 2025, Jhansi, Spurs, Asif, Priyam, Latika, Tushar, Sumit, Gulaksha, Priyansha and Bharat for one act play, position first. Abhishek for on the spot painting, position first. In Nirvan 2025, Jhansi for mono acting, position first. For Jam, position third. Priyanka for Jam, position first. Tia for poetry, position first. Tia and her for paper dance, position first. Aloha 2025, Kajal Pandey for cosplay, position third. Gulabcha for open mic, position second. Ria for solo dancing X Sexy 2025, position first. For poetry, position third. Dipanshu Spencer for solo dance, position second. Your big hand of applause for team guest has joined us. I request everyone to please greet our guest. Namaste, ma'am. Now let's move on. We are also honored to have a very special guest with us today. I welcome our Executive Chairperson, Shri Rajesh Kumar Agarwalji, and thank you for opportunities and support. Now, we are also honored to have a very special guest with us today, Ms. Celia Kibler, founder of International Day of Calm, a best-selling author, a family empowerment coach, and the founder of Pumped Up Parenting, Fun Fit Family Fitness. Man has written few many books, such as Raising Happy Toddlers, How to Build Great Parenting Skills, and Stop Yelling at Your Kids, which is available for purchase from Amazon Kindle and also in paperback. We truly appreciate your presence and dedication to this occasion. We welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Now, let me introduce you all with our continuous guiding force, Dr. Seema Sharma ma'am, Director KRCHE. With a distinguished teaching career, she boasts a multifaceted academic background. She holds master's degree in computer science, commerce, education, and psychology. further supplemented by an MPhil in Computer Science and PhD in Education. We welcome you, ma'am, to address our esteemed guests with your words of wisdom.
Thank you, Asta. Thank you so much. And Namaskar, Miss Celia.
Dr. Seema.
It is my immense pleasure to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to you, Miss Celia, founder of the Day of Calm, to Kasturi Ram College of Higher Education, Narela, India.
Thank
We
you.
are truly honored that you accepted our invitation to address the young, talented, energetic, and passionate minds of our college. Your presence here adds immense value to this gathering. In today's fast-paced world, remaining calm is not just a virtue, it is a necessity. To give our best in any field, inner calm is the foundation. Unfortunately, the ground reality tells a different story. Increasing stress, declining tolerance, growing social disconnection, often worsened by excessive screen time and dependency on gadgets. And these are the global issues, not just limited to India. In such times, your work to promote calm, mindfulness, and emotional well being is truly commendable. You are addressing a critical need of the hour, and we are grateful for your dedication to such an important social cause. KRCH is proud and thankful to have the opportunity to host you and to represent India in this global conversation. I must say, when I compare Kasturians with others, I find them to be especially sensitive, calm, and deeply loyal, traits that resonate perfectly with the spirit of our mission. The glimpses of achievements of our students have been shown to you, and these are the evidences what your and our efforts are continuously being nurtured in Kasturi Ram College of Higher Education. Once again, on behalf of the entire KRCHE family, I express my heartfelt gratitude to you for gracing this occasion with your presence and for sharing your invaluable expertise and experience with our students. Thank you so much, Ms. Celia.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your inspiring words. And now, let's hear from our special guest, Miss Celia, who has taken the time from her busy schedule to be with us today. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone. Everyone there at Kasturi College of Higher Education. I am honored to be here with you. So thank you very much for inviting me. My busy schedule is I would be sleeping at this time because it's 12:40 in the morning here in the United States on the East Coast. But I'm happy to be awake with all of you and truly, truly grateful for the invitation to join you. I want to talk about not just being calm, but what virtues, what qualities you have that will help you to be calm. It is an intention. It is something we make a choice to do. We have lots of choices, and everything we do every day is a choice. I mean, realize that from the moment you wake up and you get out of bed and you get ready for wherever you're going for the day, that is a choice. Every step of every day is a choice that you make one way or another. And so being calm, understanding how you react and respond to something else is also a choice. If you get angry and you scream and yell, you make a conscious decision to scream and yell. If you can make a conscious decision to scream and yell, you can make a conscious decision not to. So we're going to talk today about some qualities that you can have that will help you maintain a lifetime of calm, because you're starting your day, you're getting your beliefs in order, your goals in order, the way you want to behave in order, the way you respond and react to the world and other people. Once you've committed to that, you commit to having an attitude of calm for your entire life. And you will be far more productive. You will be far more constructive in the relationships that you have with other people and the direction you take in your life. So I thank you for having me, and let's get started. Let's get started with our presentation. And I think, there we go. Okay, so we're going to talk about the core of character, your character. 5 values that really will guide you through a meaningful life. That this is why we're here. We've only got one life. None of us are getting out of here alive. So what we make of it is it. It's not a dress rehearsal. Every day is one day that has gone past you once it ends. So you want to make the best of every day. You want to be grateful for every day. The biggest thing to be grateful for is that you woke up and opened your eyes. You were lucky. A lot of people didn't. You're awake. You're sitting in your chairs. There are a lot of people that did not wake up, that do not have an organization, a school to go to, that would love to. There are so many things that you can be grateful for that really create a life that you're proud of and a legacy that lasts well beyond your life. So let's get started with the core of character, 5 guiding values for a meaningful life. What do our values do? Our values shape how we live, how we love, and how we lead. That's what they're there for. They're your beliefs. Sometimes you were taught many of your values from your childhood. Sometimes you've changed your values from your childhood. You've become a person that you decide you want to be. Maybe you didn't grow up that way. Maybe you did. Maybe you already grew up with a lot of values and goals and qualities instilled in you by your parents that you want to continue as you move on for life. Who am I? You guys have pretty much gone through who I am. Founder of the Day of Calm Foundation. I own 3 businesses: Fun Fit Family Fitness, Pumped Up Parenting. I've won 2 awards for my books, the Mom's Choice Award and the International Impact Book Award for parenting. I am certified in different therapies, laughter yoga, children's yoga, and most importantly, I'm a mommy and a grandma to 5 kids and a grandma to 9. My greatest accomplishments. Oh, no, go back. Sorry. I have this like cool little thing on my phone where I just like push buttons and the screen goes. Okay. So why are values important? Values are important because they're what creates success. They're what create emotional well-being. The whole thing about being calm is that your response to different things that come along your way in life during your day are different things that you make a choice to respond to. Are you going to respond calmly? Are you frustrated at school because you have a lot of stuff to do and you're irritable and you take it out on other people because, oh, I have so much work and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. and somebody comes over to talk to you and you yell at them because you're like, leave me alone. I have so much work to do. Well, you could address people like that, or you could decide that you are a person that doesn't do that. You treat everybody with respect because you like to be treated with respect. You connect with people in a calmer, more constructive way. You're not yelling and screaming at people. You're talking to them. If they feel upset, you are questioning them and asking how you can help them. You are building your own qualities, your own beliefs, so that you are able to go from your age now up to my age or older and being proud of the way you have approached the world. That's why they're important. Nothing happened. Hold on. Oh, yes, it did. So the first quality is integrity. And I'm going to tell you, if somebody doesn't have integrity, I will decide not to work with them, be associated with them. This is like, in my eyes, the highest quality you can have. And a lot of people don't even know what integrity is. So let me give you an example of what integrity is. Integrity is, I'm going to join you for an event. And I say, I'm going to be there at 10:15. And I don't show up till 11. That is a lack of integrity. I'm going to help you clean up your home, and I never show up, or I show up and I'm like, I'm not doing that. Lack of integrity. I act opposite from the person I want to be. Lack of integrity. Basically, integrity is you do what you say you're going to do. If you say it, you do it. If you don't intend on doing it, don't say it. You do the right thing when nobody's around. That's because you are in line with your values and your beliefs. So if something's going on, there's all these videos on the internet of like someone dropping a bag and money falls out all over the place and other people take the money. And then you see like a little kid who picks up the money and puts it back. That's integrity. Whether somebody's watching you or not, you choose to do the right thing. Again, a choice. That's integrity. You're aligned with your values and beliefs. You do what you say you're going to do. And you do that whether anyone is with you or not, because you decide to be the type of person you want to be. Somebody does something to you, maybe they smack you, or maybe they cuss and yell at you. You don't like to be a person that hits other people or speaks disrespectfully, but so many people will say, well, they did that to me, so I'm doing it to them. No, don't do it to them. Did you like when they did that to you? No, so why are you becoming them? Be you. Everybody else is taken. You want to be the person you want to be in every situation. And if you feel like you're losing control or you're getting upset and you're not going to be that type of person, walk away. Do not stay in the environment that you may chance become somebody you don't want to be. Walk away. Why do you want to have integrity? I will tell you a very quick story about my husband. When he left one of his jobs, his boss said to him that he had the most integrity of anyone he's ever worked with in 20 years. That to me is like one of the best compliments you could ever receive. When you're a person of integrity, people trust you, they respect you, and they have confidence when they're with you. Not your confidence. They have confidence because they can believe what you say and do. You say you're going to do something, they're sure you're going to do it. You know, they know, they're confident that you're going to act a certain way. They're not worried about going somewhere with you and having you act a way that they don't feel comfortable with. People have confidence in you. It's not your confidence, it's their confidence. You stay grounded. You believe the way you feel, and you stay grounded in those principles, and you run your life according to them. And your reputation, and I can't stress this enough to all of you who are in college, your reputation will always follow you. What you do, how you leave a job, how you decide, I'm not going to work here anymore. How will I leave a job? When I have employees working for me, if they say to me, I have to leave, but I'm going to give you 2 weeks notice and go, I'm grateful for that. The same as if I hire somebody and I need somebody right away, but they say, I'm sorry, but I have to give my other job 2 weeks notice. I'm grateful for that because that tells me that when they leave me, they're going to give me the same service. I'm not like, oh, can't you quit them early so you can come to work? No. You owe them just as much respect as you owe me when you come to work. And that's your reputation. Whatever you do, when you go out into the world and you get a job, you run your business, whatever it is you do, you want to have a reputation that people can rely on. People go to companies that are run by people that are reputable, that they can trust, that they can believe in. And if you wind up not being that person, that reputation will follow you forever. People will not hire. Oh, it's that person. No, I don't want them working for me. You want to leave a company and leave places better than you found them. You want to be the type of person that my daughter is. I guarantee you, with all the jobs that my daughter worked, every one of those companies would hire her back in a fast minute because she's always worked hard. She has a good work ethic and she's always been respectful. You don't want to leave a job and not even worry about them and just kind of walk away. That's your reputation. So tell me when the last time you have been proud of yourself for staying true to your values. And if anyone wants to volunteer, I don't know if we have a microphone so I can hear people. But think about the last time you were with a group of people and somebody in that group maybe wasn't doing something that you really believed in or you wanted to do. But you were like, you know what? I'm not going to do that just because they want me to do that. And I don't know if we have a microphone. And if we don't, that's fine. Just think about that. If you can think of a time that happened, just raise your hand. A time when you went against maybe friends or something else, but you stuck to your values. Can anybody think of a time like that? Okay, well, I hope that moving forward, you don't decide to do things based on others' opinions. You do things that you believe is right. Oh, it's not changing. Hold on. Why does integrity matter? Kind of went over this. College and life is full of opportunities. And you're in a situation where you don't have parents or some kind of guardian to watch over you, to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. It's up to you now. You have to build relationships. You have to do your work. You have to go to class. You have to take care of yourself. You have to be clean. That's all on you. And that's why it matters. You go off to college. You paid for college. Your parents paid for college. Somebody paid for it. They expect you to go. Now, you could be like, no, I'm not going. But if you are a person of integrity, you agree to something, you do it. And you don't blame others or make excuses for your behavior. Oh, well, I did it because they told me. No, you did it because you made a choice. Even down to a situation of like, if you're sitting here and you're like, oh, I'm bored. The only one making you bored is you. Because you can be sitting next to somebody else who is like seriously excited and you're bored. Make life what you want it to be and understand that everything is on you. It's all a choice. Okay, here is the next quality that I want to share with you. Don't assume. Don't assume what other people are thinking. Why? Because you don't know. You don't know what somebody's thinking. There is no way you can know what somebody's thinking because you are not in their mind. You cannot read their mind. And usually, 99%, if you are guessing what somebody else is thinking, you're wrong. Because you're guessing based on your beliefs and your assumptions and your perspective, not theirs. So if you're curious about something, ask questions. If you're curious about what somebody wants to do, ask questions. In relationships, people are always going, well, they should know. They should know. Why do I have to tell them? Why should they know? You have to tell them because then they do know. You want somebody to do something. You want a partner to do something. You want another student, a teacher, speak up. Don't assume they know what you're thinking and don't assume you know what they're thinking. We only see from our own perspective. And with two people, there are two perspectives. So assume less and ask more. Why shouldn't you assume? Let's look at it from a point of view of college. There are a lot of people in a college. There are different people that grew up different ways. There are people that grew up in families that are different from other families that were treated differently. And often we make a judgment. We look at somebody and we automatically assume what that person's going to be like, what that person's going to be like if we work with them. We make assumptions about people and we make judgments. And a judgment is, this is my view of this thing without even knowing anything about it. And that causes misunderstanding. It causes problems all around the world. People make judgments. People assume different things about people. That is what creates prejudice and hatred. Is people are so busy making assumptions about other people. They don't even find out, well, what's different? Look at you and me. I live in the United States. You live in India. You have different cultural differences than I have. We are different religions. And you could, or I could judge you, or you could judge me based on what we think. But you're probably, for the most part, wrong if you're thinking something negative about someone else. Because what connects people is knowing people and being willing to talk to people and finding out why someone thinks the way they think. There's a lot of political hardship going on in the United States, I don't have to tell you. But mostly because people refuse to listen to somebody else who thinks differently. It happens in your family. You want to do one thing, your parent wants you to do another. And hopefully they listen to the reasons why you want to do something you want to do. They don't just automatically be like, nope, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. You're doing it my way. And how do you feel when that happens? You feel defeated. You feel invisible. You feel disrespected. You need to talk to other people and find out why they believe the way they do. So if you disagree or you find someone new that you want to meet, find out what makes them tick, what makes them think the way they think, because we all have valid reasons for the way we think. You may not disagree, and that's okay. You don't have to agree to be friends. You don't have to agree to go on with your life. You just agree, well, I honestly feel great that you feel that way. This is how I feel. And you know what? Why do we feel differently? Because we all are individuals. We all have brains, and hopefully we all use them. Okay, next quality. So we have integrity and we have don't assume. We're going to go through 5 qualities. And if you take these all to heart, you will be a much better human. Don't take it personally. This is probably the hardest of all the qualities because it's hard not to take things personally. Somebody says something to you and you're like, oh, that really hurt my feelings. I'm very sad by that. Somebody says, you're never going to pass that test. You don't have a clue about anything that's going to help you pass this test. You must be really stupid. And then you think about it, you may get depressed, you may get sad, you may go into your room and not talk to anybody because this random person thinks you're stupid. You will find as you get older that things that were said to you in your younger years, things that somebody said to you in college, when you're 40, you'll still have in your head. And you're still judging and running your life according to someone that said something 20 years ago. You're still letting them hold space in your head. But the reality of it is, if somebody says something negative to you, about you, it's not about you. It's about them. It's about them projecting their beliefs of themselves on you. So if somebody says, oh, you're never going to pass this test. I don't even know how you're in college. You're so stupid. You can turn that around and you can say, this person is actually saying, I don't know why I'm in college. I'm so stupid. That's what they think about themselves. So if you want to get an insight into somebody else, if they are saying negative things or judging somebody, those judgments are their beliefs of themselves, not you. And that's why it is really important for you to realize not to take things personally. It is what they believe and not the truth about you. Why does it matter? Because in this world of social media, in this world where there are beautiful people all over the place, whether they're made up or they're real, we get very critical of ourselves. Oh, we're not good enough. We should be taller. We should be smaller. We should be thinner. We should be heavier. We should have this color hair. We should have that color hair. We should have curly hair. We should have straight hair. I wear glasses. Why do I wear glasses? Because I can't see. I shouldn't wear glasses. And then you judge yourself. Well, should you wear glasses? Maybe you should wear contacts. Maybe it would look better if I looked a certain way like this person on social media. How come I came out this way and they came out that way? We're always reflecting and comparing. And we're always judging ourselves. When you speak negatively to yourself, I want you to stop and think, would I say that to my best friend? Would I tell my best friend what I just said to me? We always think, oh, it's okay to say things negative about ourselves. That person thinks I'm stupid. This person thinks I'm ugly. Well, I must be. I must be ugly. But I want you to ask yourself, is it true? These 3 words, is it true? Somebody says you're stupid. And now you're feeling all bad because somebody thinks you're stupid. I want you to think about that in your head. Think about that thought and say, is it true? And you may be thinking, oh, you know what? I didn't do so well on that test. Maybe I am stupid. And if you say that, I want you to ask it again. Is it true? Well, no, I'm here in college. A lot of people didn't get to college. A lot of people dropped out of school, grade school. A lot of people started college and left. So is it true? No, it's not true. These things are not true. These generalizations, they're simply not true. And I want you to carry that question with you through all the days of your life. When you are doubting yourself, ask yourself, is it true? I can't do this. Is that true? No, it's not true. People do a lot of amazing things with a lot of amazing challenges, and yet they succeed anyway. One of the things, if you learn nothing else from this presentation, I want you to think and remember that when you're doubting yourself, ask yourself that simple question, is it true? And if you debate it, then ask it again until you realize that that negative thought is not true. Okay, next quality. Always do your best. Always do your best. And we're going to talk about this. Who believes, raise your hand if you always do your best. Good, good. Because you always should do your best. Because when you do your best, and many people will argue with me on this, when you are doing your best, the outcome is irrelevant. When you are in school, like you are right now, and you're in a class, and you are literally doing your best, and you don't get the grade you wanted, that grade doesn't mean anything. People that focus on grades, grades. We have to get A's. We have to, however it's graded there. Got to get the best grade, best grade, best grade, best grade. You kill yourself getting the best grade. And then you know what happens is all you care about is that grade, and you don't care about the effort you put into learning and succeeding. If you do your best, literally do your best, and you get a grade that's lower than you wanted, Well, then all you have to do is say, okay, I did my best. Let me see what I did. Is there anything I can change about what I did? Or maybe I need help. Maybe explain to me. When I was in college many moons ago, like almost, 40 years ago? More than that. No, I think 40 years ago. I was in college. I took a course in my freshman year, and I thought it was going to be easy. And it was an economics course, and I'm telling you, it was the hardest course I took in my all 4 years of college. And I was never prouder of a C. That was the grade I got, than of any grade, all the A's, B's, whatever, however scale it's graded there. In all the grades I received, I was most proud of that one because I worked so hard to get it. When you do your best, you're always proud of yourself. Think of a time you'll study very hard and you get a bad grade. And then you're like, well, I could have studied more. I could have done something different. But when you do your best, you build that work ethic. You approach everything as I'm going to do the best I can be. I'm going to be the best I can be. But recognize that your best depends on how you feel. So if you're having a bad day or you woke up and you're sick, you're probably not going to do your best as compared to a day when you're not sick. So understand that sometimes your best is not always the same. And your best is not perfection. Guys, perfection is impossible to reach. Nobody, nothing is perfect. And if you're trying to reach perfection, it's usually because you grew up being judged a lot on what you did. And so you grew up thinking, if I don't do this right, I'm going to get in trouble. And so your whole basis and focus is making sure it was done exactly right and perfect. No one's perfect. We're human. We make mistakes. We fail. No one's perfect. So I want you to think about if there's an area in your life that you can take the pressure off of yourself and just show up for and just do your best. And I know there's a lot of areas in college that there's a lot of pressure. And why does it matter? Because instead of enjoying life, you're working hard to make sure everything is perfect. Everything is exactly the way it is. Everything's what other people want you to be. Whether it's your parents, it's a friend, it's someone you love, it's, a partner. They want you to be this. They want you to do this. And you strive and work your whole life to make someone else happy. Make yourself happy. Be who you want to be. And if you're on a path of making someone else happy, a lot of people in college are. They go to college and they become something their parents want them to be. I give you permission right now that if you are on a path in college to be something your parents want to be, talk to your parents and tell them your point of view. I really would like to spend these 4 years, or however many years it is, learning to be this and why. Remember, I talked about we all have reasons, valid reasons why we believe the way we do. Be willing to talk about it, and I hope your parents are willing to talk about it with you. Back to Dr. Martin Luther King. Wait. There he is. Oh, technical difficulties. Hold on. See, old people, we can't do this kind of stuff. Okay. Dr. Martin Luther King, a great human, one of the best humans that walked the planet. Here's a quote, and I want you to think about this quote because it's one of the less popular quotes of his, but it's one of the best quotes. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, it's kind of like a tongue twister. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the hosts of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. What does that quote say? It says that no matter what happens, do the best you can be. Be the best you can be. Be the person you want to be. That no matter what you're doing in life, do your best. Be that person. Mistakes. So we've had integrity. We've had always do your best. Don't assume. Am I missing one? Another one. I'm missing one. Integrity. Always do your best. Don't assume. Don't take it personally. And let's talk about mistakes. We all make mistakes. All of us. In order to be successful in life, you have to make mistakes. Nobody becomes incredibly successful without making a mistake, without something going wrong. What was it like when you were little and you made a mistake? Were you beaten up about it? Were you yelled at? Were you screamed at? Were you hit? Because you simply made a mistake. And if you grew up that way, then you are on your road to making sure you never make a mistake. Perfectionism, again, unachievable. And then you grow up feeling totally defeated that you can't make a mistake, that you made a mistake. And in making that mistake, you must be the worst human on the planet because you were belittled for making a mistake. You were aggressively treated when you simply made a mistake as a child. And now you feel like nothing you can do is right. Everything you do is wrong. And you go through life like that. And every year you try to reach perfection. You're worried about the way people judge you. You're worried about what you look like to other people. Because you're always thinking, gosh, I'm not good enough. I am not good enough for this. And if you're always thinking I'm not good enough because I'm always making mistakes and I'm always doing things wrong, I never do anything right. You second guess yourself. Someone says, where do you want to go for dinner? And you're like, anywhere. Because you don't want to be judged for your opinion. You have no confidence and you feel like you have no value. And I think we're going to show a video of what your future is if you keep thinking that you have no value and that everything you do is wrong because so many people in your past have judged you and have made you feel not good enough. Are we showing this video? Yes, we are. Okay. So this is a video of a client of mine who is almost 80 years old. She lived a life as a child of abuse. She married 2 times, both to abusive husbands who beat her and hit her. She grew up that way. And she talks about one mistake she made and how it affects her life. This quilt behind me, she made. And during the Day of Calm Summit, we're giving that away. She works and she makes quilts for people. But take a listen to Anita and see how she works, how she feels about herself at 80 years old. I can't hear sound. Can you guys hear sound?
Moment.
One moment, please. See? It's life. Life serving you up difficulties. How do you react to it? What are you telling me? Which you're not. Go ahead. Tell me what you're saying.
Well, where I'm more trouble. How old people cause more trouble than they really were. So, anyone else.
So. What was the last savings cost?
I've never done it. Never.
One day.
Yes.
I think we're having some technical difficulties. So it may not run. I'm not sure it's going to run okay. Okay, so anyway, the gist of that, after you met Anita, is that basically the backstory is she was cooking a meal and the pot she was cooking, she walked away and the pot burned. She says she's almost burnt down the house. She did not almost burn down the house. She just burnt this pot. And I asked her, now, all your 80 years of cooking, has this ever happened before? And she said, no. And I said, so one mistake erased almost 80 years of cooking. And she said, yes. That mistake, she was so hard on herself for that mistake. You saw she was in tears. I asked her later who she loved. Did you love your mother who beat you? Did you love your father who beat you? Yes. Yes. She wasn't a strong yes on her dad, but definitely a strong yes on her mom, even though they beat her. And then I said, do you love yourself? And she said, absolutely no. Like in an instant. Because what happens is when children are beaten, when children are torn down, they grow up to hate themselves. They don't grow up to hate their parents. And then they are super, super critical of themselves, like she is. She told me that video was a couple months ago. We just talked this past week, and she told me, every time I look in the mirror, I say to myself, why am I so ugly? Why am I so ugly? How can people even stand to be around me? That's what she says. Guys, you have to realize that mistakes happen. Failure happens. Can I have my slides back? Because I don't know how to do that. Oh, there they are. So reflect on what happened when you were a child. And now, depending on how you were treated as a child, you might make a mistake now and you might be like, wasn't me. I don't know who did it. They did it. Not me. Own it. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Literally not a huge deal. We all make them. Take accountability. Forgive yourself and learn from it. Give yourself grace, grow from it, and then determine what you can do better the next time. Why is it important to realize that we all make mistakes? Because life is trial and error. You have choices, just like I said earlier, with every single thing you do. Sometimes you may not make the wisest choice. When I look back on my life, there are some choices that were not great. Were not great choices. And I worked my hardest to always be a good kid, always be a good person. I pride myself in the type of person I am. But when I reflect back on some of these choices, sometimes I'm like, this was not your smartest move, Seal. Why did you do that choice? But then I look at it and I reflect back and I realize everything that I did in my life brought me right here in this moment. Everything that happened to me in my life made me have the desire to help all of you, to help the world be more intentional, to stop the yelling, the screaming, the violence, the rage that is affecting everybody, especially our children. Mistakes will ground you. They will make you realize, you know what? I'm not perfect, and nobody is. They will help you take risks because now you're not afraid of failure. What is the opposite of success? If I ask that to all of you and you all can answer, I bet so many of you will say failure because that's what we're taught. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's actually on the road to success. So are mistakes. If you fail, you hopefully learn from it and then you succeed. The only opposite of success is giving up. If you give up, you will not be successful. If you say, I'm done with college and walk out and never come back, then you won't be successful. But if you keep at it and do your best, success will be on the other side of mistakes and failure. These 5 values will help you weather the storms of life. Life is a roller coaster. You've all experienced it. You have good days, you have bad days. Good things happen, not so good things happen. But if you have integrity and you live by your values and you do what you say you're going to do, and you don't make assumptions of what other people are thinking, and you don't take other people's comments personally, and you strive to do your best, and you realize that somewhere along this road you're going to make a mistake, you're going to be an incredible human that is a benefit to everyone around you. People will be so happy that you're there because they feel blessed just being there with you. You will leave a room much better than when you got there. When we live by these values, we create better relationships, better outcomes, control our ability to stay calm, and ultimately create a better world. So I want you to think about, of these 5 things, which ones do you feel like you're really good at? You're like, this is me, integrity. That's me. Making mistakes, not so much. I'm a little hard on myself. Which ones do you believe you can better yourself at, and which ones do you feel like you've got? When you understand and you adopt these traits, you will give your life a life of calm and intention. Why should we stay calm? Because you set the emotional balance in the relationship, in the room. If somebody's yelling and you're staying calm, they will stay calm back. It invites cooperation, not conflict. It begins with regulation and influences others to have regulation. And calm is a strength, not a weakness. Violence, anger, rage, that's a weakness. That is somebody who cannot control their emotions, that doesn't have emotional intelligence. Always remember that the only one you can control is you. So be a part of the solution, guys. Stay calm. Let's end the cycles of violence and rage. You are the next generation. You are the people that other people are going to look up to. Let's lead this world with peace and calm. Go to dayofcalm.org, get involved. Start being the change you want to see, because it's up to you. And thank you so much for being here. And I hope you got some things out of this presentation that's going to help you be a better you, and then be a better world. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Ms. Celia. It was
Thank you,
really
Dr. Singh.
wonderful. But I want to take 2 or 3 minutes more of yours. Please share the story of your father to inspire my dear students, and put some zeal in them to move them towards innovation. And please tell us why you founded this Day of Calm. What inspired you to take
I'd
this
be
initiative?
happy to. What inspired me, well, the Day of Calm is on April 5th, because that's the day my dad passed away in 2020. He passed away at 92 years old. And so I'll tell you a little bit about him. He was raised by a father who was very violent, physically and mentally abused him. My father was a brilliant man, brilliant. Like, he was the type of person that any question you asked, he knew the answer to. He read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica when he was 13. And if you've ever seen Encyclopedia Britannica, it is a huge encyclopedia, many volumes with very thin, like rice papers. And he read the whole thing. He was just a wealth of knowledge and always wanted to learn more. But he was beaten down as a child. So let me tell you the accomplishments he had in his life. And this is the short list. There's many more. He and his buddies, 3 other friends of his, decided that airplane seatbelts should go into cars. They did all the testing that decided that they were right, that cars needed seatbelts. And they had it passed so that every car eventually had a seatbelt that you wrap around your waist when you get into a car. He made a single decision with his friends at Cornell University, and he saved millions upon millions of lives doing it. We had seatbelts in our cars before anybody even knew what a seatbelt was. He designed the fastest ship anywhere. It's still in the Guinness World Book of Records. It goes so fast, goes 100 knots, and it is a warship for the United States Navy, but they don't use it. Go figure. But he designed it so that if there was an emergency in another country, you could get in that ship and be in that country in hours, instead of how long it normally takes to go from one place to another by boat, by ship. He designed like all of a sudden I can't remember it. Seaplanes that, bring water and drop them on fires that happen on land. He designed rockets to take men to the moon and was on the Apollo missions. And it goes on and on. This man did so much. Everything he did was something for humanity. Yet this man at 92 years old, before he passed away, would tell you that he's nothing. Like Anita. I did so much wrong in my life. That's what he would talk about. I did so much wrong. He would yell. He was the yeller in our family. He would occasionally call my mother names. My mother was like the sweetest person on the planet. And he would go, look how I treated her. They were married almost 70 years. And all he saw of himself was everything he did wrong. And the problem is when people are treated as children, when they're yelled at, when they're beaten, when you treat other people that way, you are tearing them down and defeating them and crushing their spirit. You are ruining a child's brain if you are yelling and screaming at them. So I decided, because my mission is to really help parents stop yelling at their children, stop beating their children, stop being aggressive to their children, stop thinking that, sometimes a child just needs to be hit. No one needs to be hit. No one deserves to be hit. Your friends do not deserve to hit you. Your teachers don't deserve to hit you. A wife doesn't deserve to be hit by a husband or vice versa. No one deserves to be hit. Violence solves nothing. Screaming and yelling solves nothing. A screaming match will result in absolutely no solution. So the Day of Calm, this foundation, the International Day of Calm, is meant for everybody to take a step back, to take a breath, to realize that anger, rage, and violence is not the answer, and to stop making it so normal. Why is it so normal? Why is it so okay that we do this? In the United States right now, people are destroying Tesla cars because they're mad. Doesn't even make sense. It's illogical. You don't even know whose car you're destroying. They might think just like you. But you're mad, so you're throwing a tantrum like a 2-year-old, and you're destroying someone else's property. When you scream, when you yell, when you throw things, when you cuss, when you get angry and you rage, you are throwing a tantrum, just like a baby, just like a toddler. You are out of control with the way you're responding to your emotions. We have to learn emotional intelligence. We have to regulate our emotions. If you are upset, walk away and give everybody permission to walk away. If your whole family's upset, give everybody permission and walk away until you're calm. And then discuss it calmly. If we don't change the direction of this world, destruction is our only outcome. And it's up to you guys. I am old. I'm an old person, and soon I won't be here. Once again, none of us are getting out of here alive. So it's up to you guys. You are our future. You are the next generation. You are the people that in a few years will get married, that will raise more children. And the way you treat those kids is the way they're going to grow up. Bullies come from bullies. How do people learn to bully? They're raised that way. Their parents are bullies. And you're smacking a kid and yelling and screaming at a kid, you're bullying them. Please make a choice to stay calm. Please make a choice that when situation elevates you, you walk away. And then you come back and discuss it. Don't avoid it. Come back and discuss it. Make the choice to be calm. That's where the real wisdom is. That's where the real strength is. Hitting, yelling, screaming is not strength. It is not respect at all. There is no respect in beating someone down. And I hope that helped with the explanation of why we're all here today. Make the choice to be calm. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ms. Celia, for your insightful words. That was indeed a wonderful and enlightening session. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for sharing your valuable insights and guiding us towards embracing calmness in our lives. As we have such a curious and engaging audience with us, there must be some questions running in the mind. I would like to invite them to come in front and have a chance to interact with ma'am, if any.
Namaskar, ma'am. My name is Devanshu. So, ma'am, my question is, can you share some kind of thoughts that can you share some simple techniques to eliminate the thoughts that occur while we try to sleep? In short, I'll say overthinking.
Okay. I got the can I share? I didn't hear the end. It's not loud. Hold on.
So,
Let me
ma'am,
see if it's me. Could be me. Okay. Can you say it again louder for me?
ma'am, I'm saying, can you share some can you share some simple techniques to eliminate the thoughts that occur while we try to sleep in the night? I would say overthinking.
Okay. Overthinking. It's a challenge, right? People overthink. So overthinking and confidence go hand in hand. And why I say that is because when we overthink, we are doubting ourselves. When we're like worried about, am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? Is somebody going to think so? Well, if I do this, I don't know, that might not be right. That might be right. So maybe I should do it this way. Should I do it this way? Should I ask somebody? Should I do it this way? And you spend the whole time not accomplishing anything because you're too busy thinking about it and making sure you're doing it right. And somebody out there, whoever it is not going to judge you and be like, well, that's ridiculous. Why did you even do that? Overthinking aligns with confidence. And when you're overthinking something, if you feel like you're in that cycle and you look at something, you're like, is this right? Is this, if you ask yourself that, you have to really decide, I'm doing the best that I do. It is what it is. And now I must just turn it in. I must submit it. I'll tell you with my book, here's my book. When I wrote this book, I probably read it. I don't know how many times I read it. A lot of times. And I was on an airplane going to Florida, and I started reading it one more time, and I closed the book and I said, it is what it is. If there's a mistake, I'll fix it later. If I forgot something, I'll make another edition. You have to just decide, you know what? I'm going to work on what I'm working. I'm going to do my best, one of the great qualities of life. I'm going to review it, and then I'm going to turn it in and accept it. Because you not being confident and always doubting yourself is a cycle that will never solve itself because you keep doubting yourself. You have a brilliant mind. You have the ability to succeed. And what other people think about you, go back to don't take it personally, does not matter. All that matters is what you think about you. So when you start that cycle, go up. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If I'm missing something, I'm missing something. It's time to turn it in. It's time to be done with what I'm working on and stop overthinking it and stop second guessing myself. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It helped a lot.
Thank you for your question, honey.
Namaste, ma'am. Myself, Sahil Agarwal. My question is, what are the strategies do you use to calm your mind and find stillness among chaos?
Okay. Strategies. Take me from the strategies. What did you say after? Oh, strategies to calm my mind. I think I got it. Strategies to calm my mind. So when we get upset, recognize that there are changes in our body, right? So if something's happening and you're upset about something, you feel it inside. Maybe your heart beats faster. Maybe you get sweaty. Maybe you get a headache. Maybe you get jittery and nervous. Changes happen to you. So when you start feeling those changes, that's when you have to take a step back and not allow it to take you over. You can take breaths and breathe in. You can use this simple acronym, which is very applicable to almost everything. It's applicable to like when you have a homework assignment or you have an essay to write or you're in a relationship and the other person's kind of making you mad. Think Peppa. Who has heard of Peppa Pig? Have you guys heard of Peppa Pig? Yes? Do you know Peppa Pig? Okay. This is not about the pig. The acronym is PEPA. P-E-P-A. Peppa, the pig, is P-E-P-P-A. Get rid of the P. That's for the pig. Throw that away. P-E-P-A. I want you to think Peppa. If you're starting to feel anxious, you're starting to feel nervous, you're starting to feel like I'm a little overwhelmed or I'm overthinking something too much, think Peppa. As soon as you think Peppa, you stop your mind from getting out of hand. PEPA stands for pause, evaluate, plan, and act. PEPA. Pause, evaluate, plan, and act. If you remember nothing, remember this. Because if you're worried about a test or you're worried about essay or a report you have to write, or you're worried about someone else who you're in a relationship with. Peppa, pause, evaluate, plan, act. Pause, take a step back and say, okay, let me just calm down and let me look at this logically. Evaluate the situation. If it's an assignment, if it's something you're overthinking, if it's a relationship, let me look at what's actually going on. Don't let my emotions react. Let me be proactive and look. Evaluate the situation. Then plan what you're going to do. Okay, well, you know what? I think I can't sit down and write this report right now because I'm kind of tense. I'm going to go outside and relax and take a walk and then come back. You know what? This person is yelling at me. I just have to walk away. I'm not going to continue this. Plan. And when you make a plan, then act on it. It is applicable in most every situation. Pause, evaluate, plan, and act. And when you think, Peppa, you've already paused. You've already started the process. And I hope that helps.
Thank you, ma'am. It helped a lot.
Thank you, hon, for your question.
Thank you so much. As we move toward the end of this wonderful session, it's time to express our gratitude. I now invite Dr. Suman, Head of the Department, BEd and Convener of NSS Cell, to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to our esteemed guests, our director, faculty members, and all the students for making this event a success.
Good morning, everyone. As we came to the close of this peaceful and inspiring celebration of International Day of Calm, it is my heartfelt privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Ms. Celia Kibler ma'am, for gracing us with their presence and sharing such thoughtful insights on power of calmness in our so busy world and so problematic world. Your words deeply remind us, ma'am, that calm is not just a feeling, it's a strength. Thank you for guiding us through this journey of self-awareness, mindfulness, and inner peace. Your efforts have made this day not just informative, but truly transformative. Let us carry forward today's message to pause, to breathe, and to respond with calm rather than react in haste, because in calmness lies clarity, and in clarity lies power. Thank you, everyone, once again, and may carry this peaceful and calm continue to guide our lives. Have a beautiful day ahead. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Truly honored.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And with that, we conclude this beautiful celebration of the International Day of Calm. Let us carry forward the message of peace and mindfulness in our daily lives. I would request ma'am to please have a picture with all of us. All the students are requested to please move. And the teachers are also requested.
पिन कर रखा है
आगे आ जाओ बेटा, यहाँ आ जाओ, बीच पे आ जाओ, थोड़ा सा 3 मिनट लग जाओ। Make it quick.
are requested to proceed to room number 104. Their exams will be held there.
चलिए
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind interaction. We hope all the students are very impressed by your enlightening session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so grateful. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.
Thank you, ma'am.